Right before we begin, a quick word from your hapless host and beleaguered father. You may notice the sound quality in this adventure of my daughter's keeper is, shall we say, not quite BBC radio quality. Yes, I'm aware that it sounds like it was recorded inside of a tin mug halfway down a well, and that is entirely on me. Turns out reliable audio gear costs a small fortune, and as an unpaid podcaster/dad, my priorities remain firmly fixed upon child support payments before condenser microphones. So please, bear with the pops, hisses, and whatever phantom echoes the elder gods deem appropriate for this one. The next adventure will sound vastly better. In the meantime, grab a blanket, dim the lights, and join us as we brave the storm of Beacon Island, because no amount of technical failure can drown out cosmic horror, or the sound of a father desperately trying to keep it together behind the GM screen. Alright, let's begin. My Daughter's Keeper presents The Lightless Beacon, When the Lights Went Out, by Lee Carr with Lynn Hardy, honoring Greg Stafford. Starring Morgana as the Federal Investigator, Matilda as the famed artist, and special guest star Kate as the marine biologist. Episode 2, Dead Beacon Ahoy. You begin to notice what at first seemed like decorative filigree. It turns out to be something far more deliberate. The rippled lines beneath the carved obelisk, not raised or stylized terrain, but waves. The tiny etched figures around the base could be fish or something fish-like. Humanoid forms with gilt throats and long webbed limbs, bending in patterns that mimic the tide. The obelisk itself rises not from land but sea, and those looping sigils on the reverse, they flow together in a field that says tidal. Something about these symbols themselves, curves and spirals like the pull of currents, as if the design were made to be read underwater. Whatever these coins commemorate, they speak of an aquatic world, something ancient, deep, and deliberate. A culture for whom the sea was no barrier but a birthplace. In the stillness of the hallway, the realization hits heavy. Outside, the waves crash harder against the island's edge, as though answering a call you've only just begun to understand.
There's something very under the sea.
Under the sea, under the sea.
You're stood in this hallway.
Mm-hmm.
What can you do?
I'm gonna see if there's anything what could, if there's any pain meds, because I just got a rush of pain in my arm.
Yeah, where would be the best place? I think the kitchen would probably be the best place to explore there, don't you think?
Yes.
As you step into the kitchen, a clammy chill lingers in the air. Despite the faint warmth radiating from a small wood fire stove in the far corner, the room feels cramped, almost suffocating, with shadows pooling in the corners where the dim light struggles to reach. The acrid scent of burnt wood mixes with something sharper, something metallic that prickles the back of your throat. Your eyes are drawn to the sink, where a stack of dirty plates and sauce pots sits abandoned, crusted with the remnants of a meal left to congeal. The table at the center of the room holds 3 chairs, or rather it should. One lies splintered on the floor, its wooden legs cracked and splayed like the limbs of a broken doll. Beside it, a small, dark pool of blood glistens on the worn floorboards, its edges already drying to a sickly brown crust. The sight sends a shiver down your spine, and you can't help but wonder whose blood it is, and what violence it left it there. 3 exits beckon from the kitchen. A sturdy door leading outside, its frame rattling faintly with the wind from the storm-battered island beyond. The second leads to the study, its door slightly ajar as if someone left in a hurry, and you stand in the gloom of the third. On the hearth beside the stove, a kettle sits, still warm to the touch, its surface beading with condensation. Someone was here not long ago. Too recently, perhaps.
Right, you can give me either a intelligence roll or a first aid or medicine if you want to examine the blood more.
Okay. Intelligence. I have no intelligence.
Intelligence is at the top.
I keep forgetting this. Is it the top one at the top of the page? Top one of the page.
Are you going into the kitchen as well?
Yeah.
You can do an intelligence roll as well if you want. Or you can do a first aid or medicine if you've got it.
Maybe not. Sorry.
Ooh, that's a pass there.
Yay. 55. Not bad, actually.
Yeah, that is a pass.
Your eyes fall on the dark stain of the broken chair. Blood pool thickly, still tacky at the edges. Whoever bled here did so in the last hour. With a moment's thought, you can almost reconstruct it. The overturned chair, the scattered splinters, the angle of the stain. The chair wasn't simply knocked over, it was swung. The weight of it, the way the legs snapped, all suggest it was used as a weapon. There was a struggle here, sudden, close, and violent. Whoever it was, they did not linger.
But one of the... Well, you look around and you find a knife in one of the drawers.
That's mine. It's mine. It's mine. It's mine. It's mine.
You could use.
Mine.
Where's our marine biologist?
Oh,
Stood out in the hallway,
getting a lamp.
picking up one of the lamps. Yep. That's probably the most sensible thing anyone's done so far.
What's the funny about a lab, Tilly?
I want to get a lamp. I want to see what we're doing.
Oh yeah.
Because you are doing this in the dark.
Wet and cold and borderline pneumonia.
Yeah, you pick up one of the lamps from the stand. You can, you've got enough light to see by to explore wherever you want to go.
Yeah.
You want to look at the lighthouse.
I'm thinking to go up to the top
Oh, you're going
and
to
see where the lamp's not working.
That's not a bad pull.
The spiral staircase tightens as you climb, the air growing warmer and filled with a low rhythmic hum. When you reach the landing, you emerge into the service room, a cramped circular space just beneath the lantern chamber above. The great turning mechanism hangs overhead, a skeletal frame of brass and steel, its gears ticking steadily like the heartbeat of the building. The sound is mechanical, but strangely comforting, proof that, at least here, something still works as it should. A narrow set of steps leads upwards through a trapdoor into the lantern room. The light from above is faint, filtered through cracks and reflections, but the mechanism's pulse remains constant. Around the walls, several wooden boxes are stacked neatly. Inside each you find spare bulbs, replacements for the great beacon that should be burning over the storm, yet the tower still stands dark.
Oh, give me a spot hidden a minute before we head up.
I don't know.
Oh, wow. Extreme.
Against one wall sits a workbench, cluttered but orderly, coiled wires, a well-used tool bag, and an open maintenance log. The pages are damp at the corners, ink blurred from years of use, but most of the entries are routine, oiling gears, placing bulbs, cleaning lenses, until one line catches your attention. 12th of February, 1926. A note about a wiring fault. A bulb that burned out prematurely during a storm, the resulting short plunging the lighthouse into darkness for hours. A problem once fixed, but eerily mirrored by tonight's failure. Opposite the bench sits a small table upon which a radio set sits. Half disassembled, its casing open, wires exposed like veins. A faint crackle hums from the speaker when you brush the dial. The equipment looks recently used, but not recently repaired. The storm presses against the glass of the lantern room above, wind moaning through the unseen seams. The light should be burning, the machinery is alive. Something else must have extinguished the beacon.
Have electrical repair. You can try and fix it.
Nope.
Nope. Okay, that's fine. Heading up into the beacon then. You two have been kitchen having your
Yeah. I suppose look at the pain then.
yes. You give me a luck roll.
Luck rolls haven't been great, but okay.
You can dose yourself up.
Howdy.
Do you have any medicine or first aid?
I don't know, but medicine.
Or first aid?
Should I roll for
Give
that?
me a roll. Let's see.
Because I got 62.
No. It's going to take you a little bit of time to work out your dosage because you don't want to be stoned out your mind whilst you're in this situation. You just want to take the edge off the slight discomfort you're in.
With super in the groove, apparently.
Up in the lighthouse.
The trapdoor gives with a reluctant groan, and the smell hits you first. Salt, rust, and blood, thick and clinging in the cold air. As you pull yourself into the lantern room, the beam of your light catches the chaos of shattered glass. 2 panes of the great lantern's windows have been smashed outward, the jagged remains crunching beneath your shoes. Rain sweeps through the gaps, driving the wind, slicking the metal decking beneath your feet. And it's then that you see the bodies. 2 men lying sprawled among the debris. One slumped against the railings, the other collapsed near the great light's base. The floor around them gleams red-black under the rain, the mingled blood spreading thin and wide across the metal. And they're not alone. 2 other forms, smaller, twisted, lie tangled amongst them. At first they seem to be grotesque fish hauled from the sea, but the longer you look, the less natural they become. Limbs too long, flesh scaled and pale, eyes wide and glassy, in faces almost, but not quite human. One of the creatures still clings to a man's throat, teeth buried deep, its jaws locked even tighter in death. The flesh beneath is torn and dark with blood.
I am going to need a sanity roll from you. From seeing this horrible, horrible scene.
73.
Ooh, yeah, you will lose. Ooh, shit, you'll lose 5 points of sanity for that. So you want to make a note that you are down by 5.
Yeah.
It's not quite about, but it's certainly an unpleasant surprise.
I'll definitely scream.
Hey, come on.
I was going to say, what do you 2 do when you hear the scream?
I'm gonna run up and see if she's alright.
What, higher morphine?
I'll come up as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, both of you quickly make your way up the stairs, and I will need both of you to make sanity rolls as this thing comes into view.
Again?
Yeah.
Again.
Ooh, wow. You're doing quite well. You will lose 1 point of sanity, though. Because it's just such a horrible sight.
Yes. 21.
Excellent. You just lose 1.
Well, I got 15. And I also lose 1.
Yes, it's such a horrible sight that you're going to, suffer for this.
You stand among the tangled bodies, the air sharp, the smell of gunpowder and brine. The rain drips steadily through the shattered panes above, each drop splattering the blood-slave floor like a ticking clock. The first corpse, the one nearest the stairs, draws your eye. The man was wearing a heavy oilskinned coat, its folds dark and wet, but his features, they are wrong. Even before you touch him, the pallid grey tone of his skin is unnatural, rough, and almost scaled. When you lift his hood, you see his jawline flares outwards with loose, rubbery folds of flesh that hang like gills of some malformed amphibian. His eyes bulge slightly from their sockets, wide and glassy, staring past you towards the other body with the dull fixation of a dead fish. 2 neat bullet holes in his chest, clean entries, fatal at close range. Whoever fired didn't miss. Beside him lies one of the creatures, sleek, pallid, and monstrous. Its form seems caught between sea and land, long, muscular legs, webbed hind feet, and a body that gleams with overlapping scales. The second of its kind still clings to the throat of the other victim. its teeth locked in a death grip. Both have been shot, one through the eye, the other through the belly, and though the wounds are fatal, you notice the bullets hit soft tissue. Everywhere else, their hide looks coarse and armored, tough enough to turn aside glancing fire. This man must have been very, very lucky or desperate. As you study the corpses, the marine biologist in your ranks, caught somewhere between revulsion and wonder, crouches lower to examine their anatomy. Her gloved fingers trace the ridged fins running along their spines. It's then she spots something gleaming among the slime. Fine, translucent needles embedded along the dorsal ridge. Dozens of them, like quills. These are not passive growths, but weapons. The structure of the spine suggests they can be launched, perhaps even fired from muscular contractions from beneath the skin. A natural defense, or a hunter's tool, perhaps. The faint residue of viscous slime clinging to them burns slightly against the glove. You recoil instinctively. Poison, almost certainly. The creature's own venom, self-produced, potent enough to fell a human being. Whatever these things are, they were built for killing, on land or at sea, and they were far too close to human for comfort.
If if any of you want to do a first aid or medicine roll on the other guy that's in the room.
I'm not good now. I'm too much in pain. Yeah, I'm not gonna.
You could do me a first aid roll on. Well, you've got 50 on that. That's just a fail, I'm telling you.
Give me one.
Ooh, that's
Hang
a
on.
success. That's all we need. Just one success. That's fine. Yes, it's going to be our marine biologist then that confirms that the unfortunate individual that's being chewed upon appears to have also been shot twice, and that is what killed him.
Scientific test.
Does anybody want to investigate the bodies of the two dead men?
I do. Not me.
Not me. You're on your own there.
Give me a spot hidden.
But can I like take off? Was it one of the pointy things? What the weird fish thing he had? 5. I want to take off one of the poisonous part.
Why?
Because then I can put it in the jar, and then I can use it for later.
You want to take a sample of one of the spines?
Yes.
Yeah, you can do that.
5.
And you got a 5 on your spot hidden.
You lean over the late lighthouse keeper's body, the flicker of the lantern throwing long, sickly shadows across the floor. His hands are locked rigid around an old Colt M1877 revolver, the metal still faintly warm to the touch, every chamber empty, all 6 rounds fired. The smell of spent powder lingers in the air, mingling with the coppery scent of blood. As you ease the revolver from his grip, something heavy shifts beneath his shirt. A dull clink of metal on metal, pulling the fabric aside, reveals a bulging leather purse tied securely around his neck with a thick cord. Inside you find more of the strange gold coins, the same grotesque aquatic design seen before, gleaming wetly in the lantern light. Whatever these things are, he was guarding them with his life and died for them. Counting the evidence, you notice the grim arithmetic. 2 bullets in the strange fish-faced man, 2 more buried in the carcasses of those creatures. That leaves 2 unaccounted for.
Anybody want to have a look? Everyone want to do a spot hidden?
No. I don't think it's that important. Well, I've just found out why.
3.
Wow, extreme.
With grim certainty, you turn your gaze upward. There, high above the carnage, a neat hole mars the great lens of the beacon lamp. The fractured glass catches the lamplight in cruel, glittering splinters. From this angle, it is clear one of Cassidy's final shots struck true, shattering the bulb inside before puncturing clean through the lens and out into the storm. A jagged pane nearby bears a telltale mark of the bullet's passage. The other, its twin, was likely made by the second missing round. The evidence fits together now, a miserable, tragic puzzle. The fight, the shots, the dying light. Whatever horror played out here, it ended not only in blood but in darkness, the same darkness that swallowed the sea and drew you to this forsaken island. Outside, the wind howls mournfully through the broken glass, carrying with it the endless hiss of rain. Below, the mechanism of the light still churns dutifully onward, turning nothing but shadow.
Anyone, if any of you have got mechanical repair of at least 20%, you could try and get the lighthouse back up and running.
Nope. I don't. Nope.
No?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope, nope, mine.
Yeah, it doesn't look like any of you are going to be able to get this up and running again. But Tilly is currently holding onto a large bag of these strange coins. It is a sizable chunk of these coins.
Oh, God.
As the lightning cracks and thunders outside.
What do we do?
That's a good question. What do you want to do? You've
Well-
still got the rest of the lighthouse to explore if you wish to.
If I don't want to run in, I don't want to find something like disturbing, so I'll just ignore my sanity. and I don't want to go outside just in case I see those weird fish people.
This is the problem we have with Morgana. She plays it too damn safe.
Can I explore room 7
There is no room 7.
in the lighthouse somewhere?
Yeah, you want to go... Oh, there is a room 7, isn't it? Sorry, my mistake. You want to explore the larder downstairs.
Nice. I like it. That's my girl.
I think after all this, you're getting a bit hungry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is that? Can I
Yeah.
please have
We're
some
hungry.
food? If you come down with us, yeah. No. They're not bringing up here. It's too terrifying.
Whose idea was this? To go into the lighthouse.
That's the point. Given
you
that none of you can do anything up here,
No.
you might as well make your way back down into the main body of the lighthouse.
Can I just stay up?
You want to?
Yeah, I'm gonna
I
stay
can bring you some food if you want me to.
You just told her you wouldn't.
But now I have no choice. It's just, I don't know.
Right.
Maybe I won't. Maybe I will
Should we
do.
find out what you find?
Yeah.
Okay.
Leaving the Federal agent to their grim vigil in the beacon, the other investigators descend the winding stairs and make their way through the dim hallway to the cottage's larder. The storm continues to batter against the walls, a low, constant roar beneath the creak of timbers. Inside, the small storeroom feels unnaturally still. Shelves line every wall, stacked with orderly rows of tins, jars, and wax-sealed preserves. Beans, salted meats, fruit, even coffee, enough to sustain a small crew through a long, isolated season cut off from the mainland. The air is close and faintly sour, carrying the scent of salt metal and something just a little off. The flicker of the lamp glints on the dull metal lids, each one dusted with a fine layer of neglect. It's a picture of domestic preparedness, but in the wake of what you've seen upstairs, the neatness feels wrong, too deliberate, too still. Somewhere deep in these walls, a slow drip echoes, steady, patient, like a beating of something unseen.
Enough for 3 people for several months.
Or a week, me and you.
Yeah. Mo can find her own food.
You might very well say that. I couldn't possibly comment. Yeah, nothing of any real interest other than there's a decent amount of food here. Should, for whatever reason, you be cut off. Obviously, the lighthouse keepers, they're going to need their supplies, aren't they?
Yeah, not more than not.
There is one unaccounted for because there were 3 hooks, but you've only accounted for 2 of the lighthouse staff.
Maybe one of them turned into a wolf and make Mo find it, and we give her a can of food.
Make me find it.
I do not want to find it. Okay, I'm too stubborn. But you only lost 1 sanity. 1 sanity.
Which of you's got the lowest luck at the moment?
Probably Mo. I got 60.
Oh, okay. No, sorry, answer that.
I'm 55.
I got
That makes
50.
Tilly. That makes Tilly the lowest then. Right, Tilly, give me a luck roll. As this will be a group luck roll.
What you got?
95.
Whoopsie.
That's a furry
That's-
die.
That's 1 off a fumble.
sort of.
Yeah.
I'm letting it happen.
Oh, you've got no choice in this particular case.
A sudden crash shatters the uneasy quiet, the sound of the front door slamming violently into the wall. The echo rolls through the narrow cottage, rattling the jars and cans in neat rows. For a heartbeat, no one moves. Then the artist, heart thudding, steps cautiously into the hallway, her lantern trembling in her grasp. The beam of light swings across the corridor, coats muddy prints, a dull sheen on the floorboards, before coming to rest on the figure standing in the open doorway. Rain drives in from behind it, wind tearing through the coats, but the thing does not flinch. Its head tilts slightly, the skin slick and grey-green in the lamplight. Wide, lidless eyes stare back, too round, too glassy, too unaware. Flaps of flesh hang loosely around its neck, twitching as it breathes, and its lips, thick and pale, drool back just enough to reveal sharp teeth. The artist knows this face, or something like it, the Innsmouth look. This is no sailor, no lost traveller in the storm. It is one of the tainted prodigy of the deep, a half-human, half-hybrid, its transformation nearly complete. The thing blinks once, slow and deliberate, and takes a single step forward into the cottage, water pooling at its feet. Outside, thunder rolls, and for a moment it almost sounds like a voice answering from the sea. We hope you enjoyed this week's descent into tabletop madness. If you'd like to go deeper and darker, you can find us over on Patreon. There, we've shared exclusive adventures that never made it into the main feed, bonus episodes for those that want more grim tales between sessions, and even Patreon-only player games where you can step into the stage yourself. The road is long, the night is cold, and every companion helps us walk a little further. So check out the Patreon, join us in the dark, and until next time, keep your lanterns close and your wits closer.